Hello everybody, my name is Malmadius, and today we're going to be looking at the top 15 tips for anyone who's starting off on Hollow Knight Silksong. I've been waiting 7 years to finally play this game, and I've been having a blast so far. But some of my friends I'm talking to are having trouble, so I thought I'd make this list about the top 15 tips that I had while playing this game. Now, I will be as vague as I possibly can. I don't want to spoil anything, so I won't get into specifics. And I will only be showing early portions of the game, so if you want to just listen or listen and watch, you do you, whatever you're most comfortable with. All that being said, let's get right into it. Number 1, don't hoard your money. You'll be making some money as you progress through this game, and you might be tempted to hoard it and save up for something bigger and better. Don't do this. Because as you're exploring, you might get lost, or you might stumble into a very difficult boss encounter or a surprise sequence where you have to fight some villains. If you die in this game, you can go back and try and recover your cocoon, which will help you restore all the money that you lost. However, if you die while trying to get to the cocoon, you're going to lose all your money. It's very unforgiving. Imagine losing all the bells that you've made up until that point. Yeah, and this is the type of thing that would make me want to grab my controller and throw it across the room. So my advice is don't even bother hoarding money. Whenever you see something in the shop that you can buy, I would just pay for it. It's more valuable having some permanent addition to your repertoire than losing all your money after all. And if you don't want to spend anything in a particular shop, you can always have the chance to make these things called rosary. Now it'll cost 20 bells to make one, but the upside is if you die, you will have no fear of losing this money that's tied up in a rosary, and you can break them whenever you want. Number 2 is really try exploring every new area you go to. I thought it was best when I was going through the game initially to explore every new area that I ended up seeing. In general, there's 3 big things you want to look for in the early game. Usually, every area is going to have an upgrade that will help you out and progress further in the game. There'll be a boss battle of some kind at some point in the area, and there will be some type of means of opening up a path and progressing forward. On that note, number 3 is always keep going a little bit further than what you think. Especially when you get to a boss area or a big arena or some type of dead end, always get in the habit of going forward just a little bit further to see if maybe there was something hidden or maybe the boss was guarding some very important ability. Usually, any one of these dead-end encounters have a nice way to circle back to the beginning, and if you end up going back to the beginning without grabbing whatever useful upgrade was at the end of the gauntlet, you're going to be pulling your hair out of your head later on in the game when you can't find where this upgrade was. Turns out it was just a few more steps forward. So get in the habit of not only moving just a little bit more forward before you go backwards, but also try hitting the walls to see if there's any breakable walls with secrets behind it. Number 4 is keep track of the tasks that you have. At a certain point, different side quests will become open to you. These things called wishes, that different NPCs will ask you to do things. In each town, there's a bulletin board where these wishes will be displayed, and these will get refreshed as you progress through the game. And essentially, this will force you to backtrack in certain areas, but usually they'll end up guiding you to a place that you weren't able to access before. Now, don't get sidetracked and do every single wish, but if you get stuck later in the game and you don't know where to go, try following one of these wishes and seeing where it naturally guides you. Usually they helped me find an area that I hadn't explored yet, and I was able to progress further in the game naturally. Number 5 is backtrack. Whenever you get a new ability, usually these new abilities will help you access side paths in previously unlocked areas. Not only that, but certain towns will end up changing as you progress through the game. And there's a lot of fun events that end up happening. So I would try to regularly check up in on different towns and settlements and talking to people there. Number 6, use the map. You can talk to a map maker during the game, and you can buy unfinished maps. These maps have every important area in the location highlighted, and as you continue progressing through the game, there will be some areas that you don't fill in. I would go back and try to check out those areas because usually those ones are very important. You should also buy as many accessories to the map as you can, especially early game, because this really helps. Specifically, as I went through the game, I would mark different things with different markers. I would use a silver marker to mark some place that I can't progress now but should come back later. I would use a gold marker to highlight any keys that I can't open yet, and I would use another marker to highlight something of interest that I should come back and look for. This is a really big world, so keeping everything straight in your mind will really help you and really prevent you from getting overwhelmed really quickly. Number 7, pay attention to the fighting abilities of each enemy that you come across. This goes for bosses as well as especially the characters that you find in the open. Usually each enemy has a discernible fighting pattern, and you should focus on not only openings where you can get your hits in, but also downtime where you can heal or cast spells, or any way that you can possibly cheese the fight. Honestly, I think this is most important for the normal enemies that you'll face during the game, because there's going to be so many of them, and it'll make going through the game so much easier if you sit down and understand how to beat them, or even better, how to get around them. Number 8, try practicing different fighting styles. You're going to unlock different abilities during the game, which will change the way you do basic attacks. These will affect your charge attack, your up attack, your dash attack, your downswing. So try each one out. Each different crest has the opportunity to equip different tools. So practice and see which one you prefer and take advantage of that. Number 9. In addition to different fighting styles, you should try and use different tools as they become unlockable to you. A lot of times I'll see people struggling online at a certain boss encounter, and they'll have the very basic toolkit in their inventory. You should try out different tools and try to get used to them and see which one you prefer, and you might be regularly changing them depending on the combat situation that you encounter. Additionally, try your best whenever you can to upgrade your toolkit. I didn't know this when I was playing the game, but as you upgrade your toolkit, the tools themselves become stronger. So whenever you have a chance to buy an upgrade, take it. Number 10, get used to down slashing. I can't tell you how many bosses and how many basic enemies I've been able to cheese by using the down slash. Some enemies are very equipped with dealing with it, but a lot of them can't possibly fight back whenever you are above them and you're pogoing off of them. This will also help you in a lot of very difficult platforming sections later on in the game. So whenever you can, practice getting good at a down slash. And especially try different combos where you down slash and dash and do other moves that'll become available to you later. Number 11, unlocking the song. I'm not going to be very specific here, but there's a point in the game where you can unlock the ability to sing and play music. When you unlock this ability, you might think that that song is used to open doors. That's not the primary use for it. So don't go trying to sing to every door to make it open for you. No, instead, what you can do is use them on enemies to try to get them to sing and explain a little bit of the lore, and also on different NPCs during the game. So if you're really invested in the lore of the game, try to get a lot of silk, then sing to different NPCs and see how they sing back to you. Number 12 is pay attention to the environment. There will be a lot of different wishes later on in the game where it'll make you rely on the different NPCs that you've visited or different areas that you've seen to try to go back and get something for them. So make sure as you're going through the first time you're paying attention, maybe marking things of interest on your map so that way it's not too much of a hassle and you won't have to look things up when you're backtracking to accomplish some of those wishes. Number 13. This is a minor spoiler, but there is one particular bench that you have to pay money to get into. Once you pay the 30 bells, you can get into this area and sit down on a bench. Now, at this point in the game, every other interior has its entrance on the left, but for some reason, this is the only interior up until that point where the entrance is on the right. So what I did is I paid the 30 bells to get in to try to sit on this bench because it's a really difficult area. And what did I do? I just ran immediately back outside as I was trying to go right. Then I had to pay again, and I did the same stupid thing. And then I had to pay a third time, and finally, I ended up sitting at the bench and relaxing. But you don't actually have to pay for this bench every single time you want to sit in it. You can actually break the door mechanism, and that way you don't have to pay for the bench over and over and over again. I'm not going to say where this is, but when you get to that bench, just keep that in mind. On the subject of benches, number 14 is find a bench close by, especially when you're about to fight a boss or a gauntlet. There usually is a bench pretty close by if you have to fight a boss or be trapped in a gauntlet filled with a bunch of enemies. And it should honestly be pretty fun trying to get from the bench back to the boss. However, if you're seeing that you're traveling such a long distance over basically the whole course of the map to get to this boss, try looking around. There's probably another bench nearby. I don't think there was an area in this game where there was a bench so outrageously far away from an area that I was stuck at. Some of them were difficult paths to get back to that area, however, they were never so unbelievably far away that it made me so frustrated. And lastly, number 15. If you're struggling with a boss, if you're struggling with a enemy type, if you're struggling with anything in the game, try going to a bench and equipping this tool. Once you can buy the compass, the game gets 10 times easier. It's weird, I think it's like a built-in easy mode for the game, and you should really notice a difference really quickly. Yeah, I don't know if they're gonna patch this out later on or something, so really take advantage of this before the devs figure out it's in the game. Well, that's about it for right now. I hope you guys are having as much fun playing Silksong as I am. I'm the Malmadius. Have a great day, and make it a great day for someone else. Take care, everybody.
Pushkaro, kalai lai lai lai.